Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Taste and Bloom Kitchen. Today, we are making baked chinchin or achomo. It's a very simple recipe with just a few ingredients. You can also enjoy the snack. So, come with me and let's get started. So, in my green bowl, I have some all purpose flour, and then I'm going in with some granulated sugar. I'm adding some nutmeg, and then I'll also add some baking powder. And then I'll give these ingredients a mix. I'll leave the quantities that I used for this recipe in the description box so you can double, triple, or whatever to create your own recipe at home. Okay. Now I'm going in with some margarine. You can use butter if you like, but this is margarine and it's salted, so I don't have to add salt to the recipe. But if you're using unsalted butter, definitely add about a pinch of salt. Okay. So I'll mix this together and make sure that the margarine has mixed well with the flour, and then I'll go in with some vanilla essence. So normally I don't measure my vanilla essence, okay? So forgive me for pouring it into it like that, but that's like about a teaspoon, okay? And then once that is also mixed up properly, I'll be using some evaporated milk to do the binding. If you do not take milk or do not like milk, you can use water. But for the richness in this achomo or chinchin recipe, I'm going in for evaporated milk, okay? So I'm adding it in bits. Though I have the measurements, I'm adding it in bits so that the dough does not become too sticky. We want it to be perfect for it to be rolled out beautifully without any difficulties at all. But of course, if you happen to add too much liquid, just sprinkle more flour onto it and then you're good to go. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Yasmi. Please consider subscribing and joining this amazing family. I promise you will not regret it. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch this video. Also, if you're watching this video, please give me a thumbs up on the video as YouTube will recommend the content for others to watch as well. So my dough is ready. I'm going to go ahead and roll it out. So I'm being generous with the flour because I will need it, okay? I'm sprinkling some flour on my working surface and then I'll go ahead and roll out my dough. So for chin chin or achomo, you don't need the dough to be too thin, okay? You also don't need it to be too thick. So for me, I rolled out about a quarter of an inch and that was okay for me. But of course, it's your recipe. You're going to be eating it. So however you want to roll it out, it's fine, okay? So once my dough is rolled out perfectly, I'm going to go ahead and use my knife to cut out my achomo or chin chin. So you can use a pizza cutter, which is easier to use, I think. But if you have a knife, that also works. Any I don't know to say a straight edge also works. You can even use a ruler, okay. Anything that will help you to demarcate the dough is fine. So I just went freestyle with my knife and then I was done cutting out my chinchin or achomo. So yes, we are going for squares. That's the traditional, or do I say usual shape that people go for when it comes to chinchin or achomo. But if you're a rebel leader and you want to use circles or whatever, you're free to do that, okay? So once I'm done cutting them out, I'm going to collect all of these pieces and put them on my baking tray. Make sure to be generous with the flour so that they do not stick together, okay? So once they're on the baking tray, also make sure that one is not overlapping the other, okay? They have to be on their own, okay? Then we'll bake this at 180 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. And then first 10 minutes in, I'm going to bring the tray out and attempt to turn the chin chin or achomo, okay? So you don't want one side to be browner than the other. That's why we're doing this, okay? So once that is done, I would also arrange them properly again, making sure one is not on top of the other. And then I'll put it back into the oven for the remaining 10 minutes. So when it's out after those 10 minutes, the chin chin will be a bit soft, not soft, but just slightly soft. Okay. What you have to do is to allow it to cool down completely, and then you get the crunch. See, the enemy wanted to shame me. I forgot. So you can tell that the chinchin is slightly browner, but we move. The way the boys finished this thing after school, it shocked me. I hope you are inspired to try this very simple recipe. Let the fried chinchin rest. Try this and thank me later. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share, comment, and let me know what you think. And until I meet you again, as always, keep blooming.